Hello everyone. In our tailwind CSS tutorials today we're going to create this beautiful hero section over here. As you see, that's the portion we're gonna create, which in the left side we're gonna have text, and in the right side we have that beautiful movable view, and also in the background you can see there is a sliding design pattern is going on, so we're gonna implement that one today. Now, if you're familiar with our previous both part, we have been completed this portion and other things also. So today we're gonna build this top up of our previous project. So here in our previous, which I'm running in localhost 3000, in the pricing section actually is running right now. So instead of the pricing section, what I'm gonna do is to create a separate branch, because remember last time we keep that in our branch, which is the pricing. So I will just make that git branch. It will be called that as hero sections. So let's just switch that. So it will be git checkout hero sections. Okay, so now we are in the branch of hero sections. That's the branch I'm gonna put on my particular projects, which I have already here. Remember, the last two is one for the main and another is the pricing. So today we're gonna build this hero section and we're gonna push on that branch, so that from the same repo you can get all the available code which we're gonna implement here. So now to get that one done, in the components layer I'm gonna take a new file here. I'm gonna give it a name of hero.tsx. okay, and I will use that on simple codex React Native snippet, and you see the hero is available, and here I'm gonna just import that hero from that component hero. Okay, so as I said, you see that hero section is available. And also what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove all the class name from here. Okay, so that's no need require anymore. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go in on the hero section top layer. Also I'm gonna throw that. Okay, now here how actually we're gonna work, let's just decide on that. So at first what actually we're gonna create that left portion, then we're gonna go with the right portion, and first the background we have here that we're gonna create, then the text and other parameter. And to get it done, let's go in that here. I'm gonna put some class name which I will make it as relative and also isolate. Okay, so now here I'm gonna pass one SVG. Okay, oops, it will be SVG, and within that SVG I'm gonna render all the parameters which actually are going to be work on that. So on that SVG, what I'm gonna do is that put some class name on that, which it will be absolute, and also I will make it as instead of 0, and then the minus j index it's going to be 10. So it's all about the class name, how actually you will modify. So with full height full, and with also it will take the full, and also for the stroke it will be take as a gray of 200, and I will just put a marks on that which are going to be, okay, let's shrink it down, and that will be my marks component, which the marks image radial gradient 100%, top right, and white transparent. So that's the marks I'm gonna use to implement that background design. As you see, for right now you will see nothing at all. Okay, so that's my SVG, and now here inside that SVG I'm gonna use that depths. So it will be my depths, and here I will pass that pattern. Okay, so now within that pattern I'm gonna pass that a path, and within that path I'm gonna pass a dimension variable, and which going to be m100, and also 200 v.5 m, and also 0.5, and then point as point, I think I will make it a 5h. Okay, 5h 200. And also for that fill it will be, I don't want to make it fill, so it will be none. And for the div I'm gonna and for the pattern I'm gonna pass that with that id and width, height, and also in the x parameter and y parameter. So right now if I reload again, it will be nothing over there. So what I'm gonna do after that SVG, I'm gonna render something. So I'll just put a div, and here I'm gonna type a p tag lorem 200 just to see the text. As you see, there is nothing available, so don't worry about it. We're gonna fix those things up. And here put a class name, padding x going to be 20 just to keep it in the, and also padding y going to be 10. Okay, just to see it's working or not. Okay, so now the first part is done. So that's the divs going to be finished over here. And after that divs, I'm gonna take another SVG. Okay, so another SVG, and don't worry about that. All the SVGs is gonna be available in the repo. Okay, so no need to worry. You just follow me with that so that you can create that beautiful things. Okay, so now in our next SVG, I'm gonna also pass a path which actually render through it on that. Okay, that's the dimension I'm gonna provide, and also for that path it will be the variable in the x-axis and other parameters. So that's the things. Now there is something, but still we can see that. Don't worry about that. For after that SVG, we're gonna implement one rect. So let's put that rect. Oops, it will be, and here I'm gonna give a width of 100%. Okay, and height of 100%. And now the stroke width should be stroke width, not that stroke, it will be width of 0. And also I'm gonna pass a fill value to make it looks better. Okay, that's the fill value. Okay, if we just go through it, you will see there is some mark is available. If I just change the color value, if I just make it of that 800, I think you see the background color is visible. So the stroke actually is working, but it is a very light color, so that it's not visible in that way. So now the first thing first, we need to create the right portion. So after that, in here we're gonna just pass two particular div to create that particular design. So it will be div into 2. So the first div, it will be responsible to create that unique design. So here I'm gonna just render. So that will be my first div, and here what I'm gonna do is to create this obscure this portion. Okay, this button portion. And to implement that, let's just get me another div, and within that particular div I'm gonna take another div, and here I'm gonna take a span tag. So in that span tag I'm gonna create that as life is amazing. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, life is amazing is available. In the top layer I'm gonna make some design which going to be max width of 7 pixel, mx it will be auto, and padding in x-axis is going to be 4, padding y should be 24, and sm padding y should be 32, and lg it going to be a flex, lg it going to be item center, and lg the gap it will be in x-axis which going to be 10, and then lg px going to be 8, and also lg py going to be 20. Okay, let's see. Okay, we are here, looks good. So now after that, in that particular div also, which I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna make that max width of 2 pixel. Okay, mx should be auto, and lg mx should be 0, and also lg flex going to be auto. Okay, it will be flex auto. Okay, so now I have this div here. So before going there, okay, so I have this the particular the parent div. So I have the text portions, and which going to be okay, let me go through it. So that's my parent, that's the div, so that will be one div. Okay, let's put some class name here also. I'll just make it as flex. Okay, so now in that div also I'm gonna make it as relative to go through it and flex item center, and also I'm gonna put a gap in x-axis which is going to be a 4, and round it. I will make it a fully rounded. Padding x going to be 4, padding y it will be 1, and text it will be small text sm, and leading going to be 6 again, and the text gray of 600. Okay, I'm gonna put a ring of 1 and ring gray of 900 with 10% of opacity, and hover it will be ring gray of 900 with 20% of opacity. Okay, as you see that ring, so that ring is actually available right now. So that's my span tag, and after the span tag I will take another span tag. Okay, span tag where actually I'm say let it begins. Okay, so that will be the 2 parameter. So the first parameter, let's just put some class name. Font it will be a semi-bold, and also text going to be indigo 600. Okay, and for the second one here, what I will say is that for the class name, age going to be 4, and width it will be just a pixel. BJ gray of 900 with 20% of or 10% of opacity. Okay, and I will make it area hidden, which going to be true. Okay, you see that is here, but it's not look so nice, so we'll make it better, don't worry. Actually I think this is going to be a self-closing span. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna take this one, so I will take another span tag, and then I'm gonna implement. In that way you see the little bit marker here, that's actually what we created. So if I just put that it's going to be like 2, you will see it properly. Okay, I think okay, oops, yeah, pixel is good. Okay, now here in that span we will make a bit of design which going to be in that span tag. So after that begins, we'll also put an icon here, which it will be I think it will be a chevron right icon, I think so. Okay, let me get that one. I think that's the name of that icon, so let's import that also. And here put class name, margin right it will be 2, and height going to be 5, width going to be 5. Okay, as you see that both are available in this span tag with a class name. And here what actually I will do is that I will make it absolute, and instead of 1, not the indent, it will be instead of 0. Okay, let's make it better. Actually, as I'm not going to use the link, so I can actually make that one as flex, so it will work properly. So I'll make it a flex, and item should be in the center, gap in x-axis going to be 1. Yeah, I think that will do the trick. Okay, looks good. I think the similar way it's working, but here width and height actually we can minimize if we want to. So let's put 3. Okay, looks good, or 4. Okay, so now as we did that, now it's time to create this other portion. So after that particular span tag, so we can actually go through that 2D. So what we're gonna do here in the down level, we're gonna put an h1 tag where it will say a better way to shape your projects. Okay, that's the one. Okay, now we will make that text a little bit more broader way. So put some class name, margin top we're gonna put 10, and max weight it will be LG. And after that, text going to be 4 axle, and also font it will be bold, and then tracking should be tight. After that, text going to be gray of 900, and then text gray of 900, and SM text going to be 6XL. Oops, it will be SM text going to be 6XL. Okay, you see, good, perfect. Now after that particular h1, I will generate a p tag where I'm gonna say that lorem 30, just to implementing some random text here, and a class name, give margin top of 600, and then text going to be LG, and the leading going to be 8, and also text gray up 600. Okay, cool. So the text portion is done. Now it's time to create these two button. To get the button, after that particular p tag, I will take a div, and here I will take one button which actually going to say is that get started, and I will just copy this button, and here I'm gonna pass that one which going to say as that learn more, and here also I will make one icon. I will just put one arrow sign here. So okay, I think that will do the work. Okay, now in that particular div, what I will do is that class name margin top of 10 again, and then flex item center, and the gap in x-axis going to be 6. Okay, that's cool. So now let's make design on that button. So it will be a class name, rounded should be MD, rounded should be MD, BG it will be an indigo of 600, and padding X it will be 3.5, and padding Y it will be 2.5. okay, and also the text going to be small text, and font it will be semi bold, and then text going to be white, not the wrap but the white, and shadow going to be small shadow, hover BJ it will be indigo of 500, not 50, 500, and focus visible, outline I want to show the outline, and also focus visible, outline should be 2, and also focus visible it will be outline offset also going to be 2, and then focus visible also outline it should be indigo of 600. Okay, so that's the get started button. As you see, just a little bit of effect going on. And now in the button of the learn more, what I'm gonna do is that put a class name, and here text going to be small, and then font it will be semi bold, and also leading will be 6, and then text going to be gray of 600. Now either you can go with that, put some redirection where actually you want to redirect, but for me I will not do that. I will just go with that to create this beautiful design here. Of course I will use some of the SVGs, so don't worry about the SVGs, it will be provided for you if it's just been a mess around. Okay, so now here that's the second div where actually I'm gonna start working on that. So again it's just be render within an SVG. Okay, now inside that SVG let's just pass the title for it, which is going to be screenshot. Okay, that's the screenshot, it will be there. So now again it will be the depths, and here I'm gonna use a clip path. Okay, so it will be a clip path, and within that clip path I'm gonna just put a rect, and on that rect I'll make a width of 316, and I will make a height of 684, and also Rx which is going to be 36. Okay, if I combine here, of course it will nothing to be appearable because nothing is there. So now what I will do is that for that SVG I will just get those VBox portion and the role which actually going to render as an image. So now what actually I will do in the top layer of the div, I'll put some class name, margin top going to be 16, and SM empty going to be 24, and then lg empty going to be 0, and lg flex it will be shrink 0. Yeah, and lg flex flex grow. Okay, so now for the clip path I will pass an id for the clip path so it could be recognizable. Okay, so it will render it here. So that's the portion we need to render. So now I need to pass a path to make that things to be rendered. So what I will do, I will just get 2 of the path which actually going to be responsible to generate that particular things. That's the one path, and there is the other one with coming a fill color. So if you see, so that's actually depending on that SVG fill and the demote. So don't worry about that. That will be provided in the repo. So you can directly get copy that, or you can just create your own SVG. You can move on some other, because that's the tailwind design they prepare on that way. So I'll just following that RAM. So that's the SVG we are also using. So within that SVG we will render an image. So what kind of image it will be there? So we will just make that foreign object. Okay, within that foreign object we will render an image tag, and that image tag will just import from the next image. And remember, maybe you don't know, but I have an image here which actually is that image. So that image we need to import in the top layer. So what I will do, I will just import that. Okay, so it will be import screen image from, of course, and images. So, or I can actually keep that same name, mobile screen. Okay, so now here what I will do is that to implement that image, I will just go with that src, and here I will pass that, and alt also passing that. And now that should be applicable, but it will not till now, because what I need to do, I need to pass that object for this one. So let's put a width of 316 and put a height of 684. The width and height I have been provided. You see, that's already appearing here. So image is here, but we need to make it flexible on that portion. So I will just pass 2 more parameter here in that foreign object, which is for the transform translate in a both platform 2424 as you see, and then the clip path I'm giving also to make it rounded. So now as you see, that is perfectly shapeable. Now if also I go for the smaller screen for the smaller devices, if I shrink it there, as you see, that looks better. So within that way you can having your own images. Now if you don't want to use that image tag, also you can do one more thing. You can just render the normal image text, and here I'm gonna just give the path here, which is going to be tailwindui.com, and here they put an image, so it will be component and images, and that one it will be mobile app and screenshot.png. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think I get the wrong source, so it will be that source. Okay, so if you get that also, it will work just fine. So I'm in the Next.js, that's why I love to use that one by keeping that in my local form, or you can use in both way for the tailwind. So within that way you can see this portion is done. So this is a beautiful design whenever you are making combine that. So now what I'm gonna do for you people, I will just here I'll put add everything, git add dot, and now git commit and message, it will be hero section done. Okay, and now origin, which is going to be hero sections. So now I already are pushing that one in my repo. So if I go back here, as you see, now I have one more repo available. I will just reload that one. Okay, now let's go in the main branch. You see the hero sections. So the code is already written here. You will find everything available here in the components folder and also in that hero section. So that's the code which all will be available. And for the image, this image is right here. So both things you can implement. If you can do it by seeing the video, you are welcome. If you cannot do that by seeing that in the video, you can go through the code and do the beautiful things to just to add a new design portfolio. So I think it's can be remarkably helpful. And don't worry about that, because you will always find the design here in the hero section, and the other pricing, it will be in the pricing sections. And for the main purposes which we did earlier, it will be available here. So you can just go and grab the code and use your own. Okay, so I think it can be helpful for your design parameter. I will see you in the next video.